Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things. Welcome to Winter is Coming Wednesday, episode 13. I have a swap and then a card that I am working on that I just finished coloring that I will show you the layout, and I will take pictures as soon as I get it all put together and bundled up. This particular card is one of my favorites from the swaps that I received this summer. I do have the contact information, and I will put it on my blog. It is a card created by Carolyn Lowry, and it does have the inside finished. I love everything about this card. There is one thing that I would like to do to it, actually two, but they are minor, and that is I really want to see some trim on this plaid DSP. So I have two options for myself. I have the black glimmer trim, and I can slide it in like so, and I do like that just fine. However, I have another nice product that is in the holiday catalog. This black is in the annual catalog, and they do have white, by the way, in the holiday catalog, but they have for Halloween this wonderful black glimmer. So I cut a little strip of it to place behind the trim just to give it a little more oomph. I love fancy cards. These are going to be used for sending to family, friends, and customers. So I plan to, with the knot, with the little strip of trim going over the top, I will do this. And then the only other thing about this card I would love to see, I do love the 5 different rhinestones that they added, but I want to see something on the sentiment layer, so I have brought out my rhinestone sheet, and I'm just gonna put say one here and maybe a little bit bigger one, and I'm looking at, I've got a small one and a medium one and a big one, so I do like this one right here. Maybe I will have to go, I don't know, I will go with a giant one. We'll see what a giant one looks like. The thing that I struggle with the most on these are, see how these two are so close together? I will actually see. Nope, that has been there a while, so it is attached to the point where I'm nestling it under the Y in Mary. And this one I might move a tiny bit more. Oh, but see, I don't want it to line up with that one. It's all in the art of placement of these things. So 7 might be a record for me, but I think that these two changes will just make this card pop and be an excellent card to send out. Okay, moving on to the second project for this week is a project that I'm working on. As I said, I had just finished the coloring, so I actually filmed it all, but because of the awkward placement of my camera, I actually filmed it too far off the side, so I'm going to try to do a better job. The sun is going down. This is natural light, so hopefully it will not get dark before I'm finished. So I have 2 squirrels from Nuts About You that I have finished coloring, and this one squirrel, he's a blonde squirrel, or she, and colored with light crumb cake flicks. Along the tail here I went with a second layer, so it appears to be two-tone in person, but it really is just one blend doing the coloring. And same with his tummy, is just another layer. The acorn is a little cinnamon cider mixed with a little bit of soft suede, and I believe that the base of this is a dark crumb cake. The other squirrel I introduced cinnamon cider, so it started with light crumb cake, went to dark crumb cake, Then I added cinnamon cider, and it was so strong I had to stipple it back using the color lifter bullet point, where I just over and over again added some of the color lifter, holding the pen down for varying lengths of time until it was soft enough. The tail didn't need as much stippling. You'll see that you can see flicks of cinnamon cider with a couple of flicks here and there on the outside edge of the tail. So I think they both came out cute. I was trying not to go with traditional colors because I wanted my squirrels to coordinate with my Thanksgiving theme colors. So now I will show you. So I've got these two guys. Let me make sure you can still see them. I've toyed with, I already knew I wanted this Tidings of Christmas fall looking little detailed pattern, but soft. And then I have behind it Early Espresso. So here's how they look on the base. I then built, using Sparkle of the Season, I built a fall wreath. And this fall wreath goes nicely. And then I have a sentiment, and I ended up putting together another panel. There was a very loose inspiration card that I used when I was building this, but I ended up, first I didn't have a branch stamp that coordinates with it. It actually uses the branch from Nuts About You, and I didn't have anything except these guys stamped a bunch of times for coloring. So I then introduced, per this pin that I was looking at, another panel, another layer. And now we're getting a little bit fancier. I really like my holiday cards that I give out to be fancy. I just really like to spend a lot of time with them. It's something I really enjoy. So now my card was getting further along to my liking. I pulled the Grateful again from Sparkle of the Season, and I heat embossed it. I would lift it up. I have my camera in a funny position because of rearranging my space, and we haven't formally shifted around my camera that comes down from the ceiling. So this is actually at an angle because it's now in the wrong place. So I will be fixing my video setup for the next set of videos. All right, so now we're looking pretty good. I actually would be okay with this, but there's this material that was released in the fall catalog, or the holiday catalog mini. It is cork, and it is wafer thin. It was trimmed up or shade into just a really thin amount of it, and then it was adhered onto what looks like a very light craft or shopping bag material in the craft color, very thin. So let me put this behind. I wanted to bring out the cinnamon cider on the upper squirrel, and also bring out the fall colors from this wreath. The Cajun Craze, crushed curry, and the pumpkin pie. So now this is what my card is looking like. I have not decided on embellishing. It's pretty busy. I don't think it needs trim, but it could use some embellishing, maybe resin dots and some colors. I could even put some metallic gold small dots to go with the gold heat embossed Grateful. I have some photography of this that I'll put at the end so you can see it all put together. So let me know what your thoughts are as far as embellishments. How do you like this card? You can leave any of your questions, comments, or suggestions here on this video or over on my blog. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.